The station hung in space like a massive ring of silver and glass. Ships from 47 different worlds filled the docking bays. Some ships looked like crystals. Others looked like living creatures. A few were just balls of light held together by fields that human scientists still did not understand. Tay stood at the window of the human shuttle and watched the station grow larger. He wore a simple dark suit. His face showed no emotion. Beside him, Hana checked her tablet for the 100th time. "The council is angry," Hana said. Her voice was quiet but firm. "They have never called an emergency session for one species before." "I know," Tay replied. He did not look away from the window. "They will demand we give up our colonies. Maybe half of them. Maybe more. I know." Hana put down her tablet and looked at Tay. "And if we refuse?" Tay finally turned to face her. His eyes were calm. "Then we will see what happens." The shuttle docked with a soft bump. The airlock opened with a hiss. 2 guards waited outside. They were tall and thin, with skin like blue metal. They did not speak. They just pointed down the corridor. Tay and Hana walked through halls that curved and twisted. The gravity felt wrong. Too light in some places, too heavy in others. The aliens built their station for all species, but it felt comfortable for none. The council chamber was enormous. The ceiling stretched up so high it disappeared into darkness. Seats filled the circular room in rising rows. In each seat sat a creature from a different world. Some had scales. Some had fur. Some had neither. A few floated in tanks of liquid. Others existed as clouds of gas held in force fields. At the center of the chamber stood a raised platform. This was where those who came before the council had to stand. Tay walked to it without hesitation. Hana followed close behind. A voice boomed through the chamber. It came from everywhere at once. The translation device in Tay's ear turned the alien sounds into words he could understand. "The human delegation will stand for judgment." Tay did not move. He just waited. A creature that looked like a massive insect leaned forward in the highest seat. His name was Vril. He was the council chairman. His voice clicked and buzzed even through the translator. "Humanity has been part of galactic space for 30 years, Vril said. "In that time, you have claimed 200 star systems. You have built colonies on worlds that were marked for other species. You have ignored boundaries. You have rejected our authority." Tay listened. He did not interrupt. "Other species take centuries to expand across 50 systems," Vril continued. "You do it in decades. You do not ask permission. You do not wait for approval. You simply take what you want." A creature that looked like a bear made of stone and fire stood up. His name was Gorith. "My people waited 100 years for council approval to settle 3 new worlds. 3. Humans take 20 new worlds every year. This cannot continue." Murmurs of agreement rippled through the chamber. Creatures of every shape and size nodded or made their own species signs of approval. Vril raised one of his many limbs. The chamber fell silent again. "The council has reached a decision. Humanity will withdraw from 160 of your current systems. You will submit to council authority in all matters of expansion. You will accept monitors on all your remaining worlds. You have 72 hours to agree to these terms." "And if we do not agree?" Tay asked. His voice was steady. A creature with too many eyes and no mouth spoke through telepathy. The words appeared directly in Tay's mind. This was Ilix. "Then the council will take corrective measures. Your species will learn the price of defiance." Tay did not flinch. "What does corrective measures mean?" Vril's insect face could not smile, but his voice carried satisfaction. "It means we will reduce your territory for you. We will choose which of your worlds survive. We will teach you respect. I see, Tay said. I need time to consult with my government. You have 72 hours, Vril repeated. Use them wisely. Every other species answers to Council authority immediately. They understand their place in the galaxy. Humanity must learn the same lesson. Tay bowed slightly. It was a gesture that meant nothing to most of the aliens, but it was polite. I will return with our answer. See that you do, Vril said. Dismissed. Tay and Hana walked out of the chamber. Neither spoke until they were back in their shuttle. The door sealed behind them. The shuttle detached from the station. Hana finally broke the silence. They plan to destroy us. Yes, Tay agreed. Even if we agree to their terms, they will find another excuse in a few years. They see us as a threat. Yes. Hana pulled out her secure communication device. Should I send the message to Wu? Tay looked out at the stars. Somewhere out there, the human fleet waited. Somewhere out there, Admiral Wu had his hand on triggers that the Council did not know existed. Not yet, Tay said. Let them think they have won. Let them think we are afraid. We still have 72 hours, and then? Tay smiled. It was not a happy smile. It was the smile of someone who had already made a terrible decision. Then we show them what humans do when someone threatens our survival. The shuttle turned and burned toward the human ship waiting at the edge of the system. Behind them, the Council station sparkled in the light of the nearby star. The aliens inside congratulated themselves on putting the young species in their place. They did not know that humanity had spent 30 years preparing for this exact moment. They did not know that every human ship, every human station, every human colony had a secret purpose. They would learn soon enough. The human ship Defiance floated in the dark between stars. Inside, Tay sat in the conference room with Hana and 3 holographic projections. The projections showed leaders from Earth and the major colonies. One projection showed Admiral Wu. He was older than Tay, with gray hair and scars on his face from the early days of expansion. The fleet is ready, Wu said. Every ship is in position. Every weapon is armed. Just say the word. Another projection showed President Han back on Earth. She looked tired. The Council does not know how to negotiate, Han said. They only know how to command. If we submit now, they will crush us slowly. If we refuse, they will try to crush us quickly. Either way, we die, said the third projection. This was Jin, the governor of Titan Colony. Unless we show them that crushing us comes with a price they cannot pay. Tay listened to them all. Then he spoke. I will return to the Council in 68 hours. Before I do, I need everyone to understand what we are about to do. There is no going back from this. If we follow through with the plan, the galaxy will never see humanity the same way again. They already see us as barbarians, Jin said. His voice was bitter. I was there when the Council glassed New Hope Colony. I watched from orbit. They said our mining operation was unauthorized. They did not send a warning. They did not give us time to evacuate. They just fired. 3,000 people died in 20 minutes. The room fell silent. Everyone remembered New Hope. It was 8 years ago. The Council had made an example of the colony. They wanted to show humans what happened when you broke their rules. After New Hope, humanity changed. The colonies stopped asking for permission. The fleet stopped being purely defensive. Every human in space understood that the Council would never protect them. They could only protect themselves. That is why we prepared, Hana said. For 8 years, we have been getting ready for this moment. Every merchant ship we sent out had hidden weapons. Every research station had a secondary purpose. Every colony ship carried more than just colonists. The Council thinks we were expanding recklessly, Wu added. They think we are fools who spread ourselves too thin. They do not understand that we were building a net a net that now surrounds every one of their homeworlds. President Han rubbed her eyes. When this is over, even if we survive, our reputation will be destroyed. Every species in the galaxy will fear us. They will call us terrorists. They will say we hold children hostage. They already killed our children at New Hope, Jin said quietly. They will do it again if we let them. Tay stood up. I will not ask you to vote on this. The decision is already made. In 68 hours, I will return to the council. I will give them our answer. What happens after that depends on them, not us. But I need to know that everyone is committed. That when the moment comes, no one will hesitate. One by one, the projections nodded. Wu saluted. Han closed her eyes and whispered something that might have been a prayer. Jin just stared at Tay with hard eyes that had seen too much death. The meeting ended. The projections faded. Tay was alone with Hannah. Do you think it will work? Hannah asked. I think the council has never faced an enemy like us before, Tay replied. They fight wars with honor. They have rules. They understand strength and weakness in military terms. But they do not understand desperation. They do not understand a species that will burn the galaxy down rather than accept extinction. Is that what we are? Desperate? Tay looked at her. Yes, we are desperate. We are 30 years old in galactic terms. We have no ancient technology. We have no telepathy or super strength. We have no natural advantages. All we have is our willingness to do what others will not do. Hannah was quiet for a moment. Then she said, Mina sent a report. All communication channels are ready. When you say the word in the council chamber, every species will see the truth at the same time. There will be no way to hide it. No way to deny it. Good, Tay said. Fear only works if everyone knows what they should fear. The hours passed slowly. Tay did not sleep much. He spent his time reviewing the plan, checking every detail, making sure nothing was forgotten. This was humanity's one chance. If it failed, the species would be scattered and broken. On the second day, a message came from the council. Vril wanted to meet privately. He offered better terms. Humanity would only need to give up 100 systems instead of 160. Tay declined the meeting. He sent back a simple message. I will deliver our response to the full council as scheduled. Vril sent another message an hour later. This time, he threatened. If humanity did not accept the new offer, the corrective measures would be severe. Entire colonies would be destroyed. The fleet would be scattered. Earth itself might face consequences. Tay deleted the message without responding. On the third day, Hannah came to him. Some of the colonies are afraid, she said. They worry that we are provoking the council. They think we should negotiate. Do they remember New Hope? Tay asked. They remember. But fear makes people hope for mercy that will never come. Then remind them, Tay said. Remind them that the council does not negotiate. They command. And if we obey this command, there will be another and another until we have nothing left. Hannah nodded. She sent the message to the colonies. When the 68 hours were almost over, Tay put on his suit again. He checked his appearance in the mirror. He looked calm. Inside, his heart was beating fast. He was about to gamble with billions of lives. If he was wrong about the council, if they called his bluff, humanity would face a war it could not win. But if he was right, the galaxy was about to change forever. Hannah met him at the shuttle. Are you ready? She asked. No, Tay said honestly. But ready or not, it is time. The shuttle launched. It flew back toward the council station. As they approached, Tay sent a coded message to Wu. Just 2 words. Weapons hot. Across the galaxy, on ships hidden near every council homeworld, Human crews received the order. Targeting systems came online. Weapons that had been dormant for years powered up. Cloaking fields held, but now they hid ships that were ready to fire. The trap was set. Now Tay just had to spring it. The council chamber was more crowded than before. Word had spread that the humans were returning with their answer. Species that normally did not attend council sessions came to watch. They wanted to see the young race submit. They wanted to see the example that would be made. Tay walked to the center platform alone. This time, Hana stayed on the ship. This time, Tay carried only a small device in his pocket. Vril looked down from his high seat. The time for your answer has come. Does humanity accept the council's generous terms? Tay did not respond immediately. He looked around the chamber. He saw species that had existed for millions of years. He saw civilizations that had crossed galaxies. He saw power and knowledge that humans could not match, but he also saw arrogance. He saw beings who had forgotten what it meant to fight for survival. They had grown comfortable. They made rules and expected everyone to follow them. They had forgotten that desperation makes dangerous enemies. Before I give our answer, Tay said calmly, I would like to show the council something. Vril's insect face tilted. This is not a negotiation. We do not need to see anything. We need your answer. Yes or no. It will only take a moment, Tay said. He pulled the device from his pocket. Guards moved forward, but Vril stopped them with a gesture. Very well. Show us what you think is important. Tay activated the device. Holographic screens appeared all around the chamber. Dozens of them. Hundreds of them. Each screen showed a different planet. The council members leaned forward. They recognized the planets. How could they not? These were their HOMEWORLDS. The first screen showed Vril's homeworld, the capital city where billions of his people lived. The screen showed it from orbit. And in the corner of the screen, there was a targeting reticule, locked, active, tracking the city as the planet. Rotated. The second screen showed Gorath's homeworld, the great stone cities of his people. Another targeting reticule. Another locked. The third screen showed Ilix's homeworld, the crystal forests where the telepaths were born. Targeted. Screen after screen showed the same thing. Every council member's homeworld. Every capital city. Every population center. All of them in targeting reticules. All of them locked. The chamber went silent. No one moved. No one spoke. Vril stood up slowly. What is this? This is reality, Tay said. His voice was steady. For 8 years, while you thought we were expanding recklessly, we were positioning assets. Every merchant ship that visited your worlds. Every research vessel that passed through your systems. Every colony ship that seemed lost. They were all serving a purpose. Gorath roared. You dare threaten the council? I am not threatening anyone, Tay replied. I am simply showing you the current situation. Right now, at this moment, there are human ships in orbit of every world represented in this chamber. They have been there for months, some for years. Your sensors did not detect them. Your defenses did not stop them. Ilix's telepathic voice screamed into everyone's mind. Impossible! Our detection systems are the most advanced in the galaxy. Clearly not advanced enough, Tay said. A younger council member, a species that looked like living water, spoke up. You cannot do this. You cannot target civilian populations. It violates every law of war. It is without honor. Tay turned to face the speaker. New Hope Colony was a civilian population. 3,000 civilians. The council glassed it without warning. Where was the honor in that? Vril's voice was cold. That was illegal corrective action. New Hope violated. New Hope was full of children, Tay interrupted. Children who never got to grow up. Children who burned because the council wanted to send a message. Well, now humanity is sending a message back. The chamber erupted. Species shouted in 100 different languages. Some demanded immediate attack on the human ships. Others called for negotiation. A few sat in stunned silence. Rill slammed his limb against his chair. The sound echoed through the chamber. Silence. He roared. Silence. The chamber quieted again. Rill stared at Tay. You would really do it? You would kill billions of civilians? You would start a war that would end your species? Tay met his gaze. That is the question, is it not? Do you believe we would do it? Do you believe humans are willing to die if it means taking everyone else with us? This is insanity, Rill said. This is survival, Tay corrected. You gave us an ultimatum. Give up our worlds or face destruction. You left us no third option. So we created one. You cannot win a war against the entire council, Goreth said. Even if you destroy our homeworlds, our fleets will hunt down every human in the galaxy. Probably, Tay agreed. But your homeworlds will still be gone. Your civilizations will still be crippled. Your billions of dead will still be dead. Is that a price you are willing to pay? Rill leaned back in his chair. You are bluffing. Humans talk about morality and justice. You would never commit genocide. You do not have the will. Tay reached into his pocket again. He pulled out another device. This one had a single button. On my ship, Tay said. Lieutenant Mina is monitoring this conversation. If I press this button, she will transmit a single word to Admiral Wu. That word is the authorization code. Every human ship will fire. Every targeted city will burn. Billions will die in minutes. He held up the device for everyone to see. So let me ask you, Chairman Vril, do you believe I will press it? Do you believe humans value their own survival more than your opinion of our morality? The chamber was dead silent. Every eye was on the small device in Tay's hand. Every mind was calculating. Every species was trying to determine if this human was insane enough to actually do it. Vril's voice was quieter now. What is your answer to the council's terms? Tay lowered the device, but he kept his thumb near the button. He spoke one word. Clear. Final. Absolute. No. The word hung in the air like a bomb. No explanation. No justification. No negotiation. Just one simple word that changed everything. VR. Isle stared at him. No, no, Tay repeated. We will not give up our worlds. We will not submit to your authority. We will not accept your terms. No. Then you choose war, Vril said. No. Tay said for the third time. You choose war. Or you choose peace. That decision is yours, not mine. I am simply telling you that if you choose war, everyone loses. Everyone. He gestured at the screen, still showing the targeted worlds. These weapons will remain active for 72 hours. In that time, the Council can decide what it wants more. Does it want to punish humanity for disobedience? Or does it want to keep its homeworlds intact? Choose carefully, because once the shooting starts, it will not stop until one side is completely destroyed. Tay put the device back in his pocket. He turned and walked toward the exit. We are not done here. Vril shouted. Tay stopped but did not turn around. Yes, we are. You have 72 hours. Use them wisely. He walked out of the chamber. Behind him, the council erupted into chaos. Tay walked through the corridors of the council station. He could hear the chaos behind him, shouting, arguments, the sounds of a galactic government that had never faced real defiance before. His shuttle was waiting. Hannah stood at the airlock. She saw his face and knew immediately. You did it, she said. I did it, Tay confirmed. Now we wait to see if we survive. They boarded the shuttle. As it pulled away from the station, Hana checked her communications. Admiral Wu confirms all ships remain in position. Weapons are locked on targets. Waiting for orders. Good, Tay said. He sat down heavily. Now that the moment had passed, he felt exhausted. What is the Council doing? Chaos, Hana replied. She pulled up intercepts of Council communications. Every species is scrambling to verify our claims. Their defense forces are searching their orbital space. Some have already found our ships. And they are terrified, Hana said. Our cloaking technology is better than they thought. Some of our ships have been in position for 3 years. 3 years without being detected. The Council is realizing that human stealth capabilities are far beyond what they estimated. On the Defiance, they met with the command crew. Mina was there, along with Era and several others. Mina looked worried. Sir, Mina said, we are receiving hundreds of communication requests. Every Council species wants to talk. Some are threatening. Some are pleading. A few are trying to negotiate. Ignore them all, Tay said. We gave them 72 hours. Until that time is up, we have nothing to say. Era stepped forward. She was young, barely 25. She had been part of the team that designed the cloaking systems. Sir, I need to tell you something. The crews on those ships, the ones orbiting the homeworlds, they know this is a suicide mission, right? Once they fire, every defense system in those sectors will target them. They will not survive. Tay looked at her. They know. They volunteered anyway. But why? Era asked. Why would they volunteer to die? Because they remember New Hope, Tay said quietly. Because they know that if we do not stand up now, humanity will face extinction slowly. Better to die fighting than to die begging. Ara sat down. She looked sick. I helped build the systems that will kill billions. I thought we were building defenses. I did not think we would actually use them like this. Hannah put a hand on her shoulder. None of us wanted this. But the Council left us no choice. They do not negotiate with species they see as weak. They only respect strength. So we showed them strength. Hours passed. The Council station lit up with activity. Ships came and went. Emergency sessions were called and then canceled. The galaxy was trying to understand what had just happened. Back on the Council station, Vril called an emergency security meeting. Gorath was there, along with military commanders from 24 species. Report, Vril demanded. A holographic display showed the results. Red dots marked every human ship that had been found. There were hundreds of them. Each one was in a perfect position to strike at civilian centers. We have located 93 human vessels in our space, one commander reported. All are equipped with weapons we cannot identify. Our scientists believe they are some kind of kinetic bombardment system. Rocks accelerated to near light speed. Simple but devastating. Can we destroy them? Gorath asked. Yes, the commander said. But not all at once. If we begin attacking, some will fire before we can stop them. Based on their positions, we estimate that even if we destroy 90% of their ships, the remaining 10% would still kill between 5 and 8 billion civilians across multiple homeworlds. The room went silent. 5 to 8 billion, Vril repeated slowly. As a minimum, yes, Chairman. Elix's telepathic voice filled their minds. This is not how civilized species wage war. This is terrorism. This is hostage taking on a galactic scale. Gorath slammed his massive fist on the table. Then, we should destroy them all. Show them that the Council does not negotiate with terrorists. And kill billions of our own people in the process. Another member asked, They are bluffing, Gorath insisted. Humans talk about morality. They would not really kill innocent civilians. They are trying to scare us. Vril was quiet. Then he said, "What do we know about the human who delivered the message?" "This Tay?" A file appeared on the display. Ambassador Tay, age 37. Born on Earth. Lost his family at New Hope Colony. His wife and 2 children were among the 3,000 killed. Gorath stopped talking. The room went quiet again. "A man with nothing left to lose," Illick said. "This is the one they sent to threaten us?" "He's not bluffing," Vril said quietly. "A man who watched his family burn will absolutely burn other families in revenge. We made a mistake. We thought New Hope would teach humans to fear us. Instead, we taught them to hate us." Another commander spoke up. "What are our options?" Vril thought for a long moment. "We have 3 options. First, we attack immediately. We lose billions, but we eliminate the human threat permanently. Second, we wait and try to find all their ships before we attack. But this could take weeks or months, and we have no guarantee we will find them all. Third," he paused. "Third?" Gorath prompted. "Third, we accept that humanity has changed the rules of galactic politics. We find a new solution." "You mean surrender?" Gorath said. "The Council does not surrender." "It is not surrender," Vril said. "It is adaptation. For 10 million years, the Council has operated on the assumption that all species value honor, that all species fight according to rules, that all species can be predicted. Humanity has shown us that assumption is wrong." He pulled up an image of Earth, a small blue world, unremarkable except for the 5 billion humans living on it. "They are dangerous," Vril said. "Not because they are strong, but because they think differently than we do. They do not care about honor. They do not care about rules. They care about survival, and they will do anything to achieve it. So what do we do?" Illick asked. Vril stared at the image of Earth. "We talk to them. Really talk to them. Not as masters to servants, but as equals to equals. Because like it or not, they have proven they are equals. Any species willing to risk total destruction to maintain its freedom is not a species we can simply command." Gorath shook his head. "This sets a terrible precedent. Every species will think they can threaten the Council." "No," Vril said. "Every species will know that the Council can be reasonable, that we can make deals instead of only issuing commands. Perhaps that is not such a bad thing." On the human ship, Hana received an encrypted message. She read it and smiled. "Sir," she said to Tay, "the Council wants to negotiate. Real negotiations. They are asking for a meeting with President Han." Tay allowed himself a small smile. "Then it worked. They believed we would do it. Would we have?" Hannah asked. "If they had called our bluff?" Tay looked at her with tired eyes. "I do not know. I truly do not know. I hoped we would never have to find out." The next 3 days were the longest in human history. Across 200 systems, humanity held its breath. Parents held their children tighter. Soldiers checked their weapons. Everyone waited to see if the galaxy would burn. President Han arrived at the Council station on the 2nd day. She came with a small delegation. Tay was there. Hana was there. Admiral Wu came too, though he stayed on his ship just outside the station. The negotiations took place in a smaller chamber. Not the Grand Council Hall, but a private room. Only essential representatives were present. Vril was there for the Council. Gorath came too, along with Illick and a few others. Han sat across from them. She was older than Tay, with white hair and a face lined with worry. She had been Earth's president for 6 years. She had led humanity through expansion and conflict. Now she would either lead them to peace or to war. "Thank you for meeting with me," Han said. Vril nodded. Let us be clear about something, President Han. We are not here because we are afraid. We are here because we prefer conversation to violence. But make no mistake, if this fails, the Council will destroy humanity, even if it costs us dearly. I understand, Han said calmly. And let me be equally clear. If this fails, humanity will fight until the last human is dead. And we will take as many of you with us as we can. The two leaders stared at each other. Then, surprisingly, Vril made a sound that the translator interpreted as laughter. You really would do it, Vril said. You really would burn the galaxy down. Yes, Han said simply. We would. Why? Ilix asked. The telepath's confusion leaked into everyone's minds. Why would you choose mutual destruction over submission? Other species have submitted to the Council. They survived. They thrived. Why not you? Han looked at the telepath. Because we have seen what happens when we trust the Council to be merciful. New Hope showed us. When you destroyed that colony, you did not just kill 3,000 people. You killed our faith in galactic justice. New Hope was Vril began. New Hope was a massacre. Han interrupted. You can call it a corrective action. You can say it was illegal under Council law. But to us, it was murder. And it taught us that the Council will kill us whenever it is convenient. So we decided that if you are going to kill us anyway, we might as well make it inconvenient. Gorath leaned forward. So this is revenge? This is about making us pay for New Hope. No, Han said. This is about making sure there is never another New Hope. This is about making sure that if you want to destroy a human colony, you have to think very carefully about the cost. The room was quiet. Then Vril spoke. What do you want, President Han? What would make you stand down your weapons? Han pulled out a data tablet. I want a new agreement. Not a surrender. Not an ultimatum. An agreement between equals. She activated the tablet. Text appeared on holographic screens around the room. First, Han said, humanity keeps all current territories. No withdrawal from any system. Our expansion was legal under the original colonization treaties. We broke no laws. Vril started to object, but Han held up her hand. Second, the Council maintains its authority over member species. We are not trying to destroy the Council. We just do not want to be under its absolute control. Then what do you want? Gorath demanded. A seat, Han said. 1 seat on the Council. With full voting rights, including veto power. The Council representatives erupted. Impossible. Gorath roared. You cannot have veto power. That would let you block any Council decision. Exactly, Han said. Just as you can block any human proposal. It ensures that neither side can destroy the other without agreement. It forces us to work together. Vril was quiet, thinking. Finally, he said, and if we refuse? Han looked at him steadily. Then we all find out who blinks first. Your ships against ours. Your homeworlds against our survival. I cannot promise you who wins. But I can promise you that winning will cost more than you can imagine. Ilix spoke directly into their minds. This is blackmail. Yes, Han agreed. It is. But it is also the only way forward. You cannot trust us to submit. We cannot trust you to be merciful. So we need a system where neither of us can destroy the other without destroying ourselves. Mutually assured destruction, Tay said quietly. It is an old human concept. If both sides have the power to annihilate the other, neither side will start a war. That is insane, Gorath said. Is it? Han asked. For the last 3 days, we have had the power to destroy your homeworlds. You have had the power to destroy ours. And yet, here we sit, talking. The system is already working. Vril was silent for a long time. Then he said, I need to consult with the full council. This decision is too large for me alone. You have 24 hours, Han said. After that, my people will start wondering if I am being held hostage. And Admiral Wu has orders to fire if he loses contact with me for more than 1 day. More threats, Gorth muttered. No, Han said. Just facts. We are not here to threaten you. We are here to offer you a choice. War or peace. Destruction or cooperation. Choose wisely. The meeting ended. The council representatives left to debate. You the Didenai. Han and her delegation returned to their ship. Do you think they will agree? Hannah asked. Han shrugged. I think they will choose survival over pride. Most species do. 22 hours later, Vril sent a message. The council had voted. It was close. Many species wanted to refuse, wanted to fight, wanted to maintain the old order. But fear won. Fear of the human ships still orbiting their homeworlds. Fear of what desperate humans would do. Fear of finding out too late that humanity was not bluffing. The council agreed to the terms. Humanity would have 1 seat, 1 vote, 1 veto. The formal ceremony took place a week later. Tay stood in the council chamber again. But this time, he was not standing on the platform for judgment. He was sitting in a chair, newly added to the council circle. Vril administered the oath. Do you swear to uphold the principles of the Galactic Council? To work for peace and prosperity for all species? I do, Tay said. Then welcome, Ambassador Tay. You are now a member of the council. The chamber was silent. No one cheered, but no one objected either. The new order had begun. After the ceremony, Tay stood with Hana and Admiral Wu. They watched as the council dispersed. Did we just win? Hannah asked. No, Tay said. We just survived. Winning would mean the galaxy trusts us. That will take decades. Maybe centuries. They will never forget what we did, Wu said. Every species in the galaxy now knows that humans are willing to commit genocide to survive. Good, Tay said. Let them remember. Let them know that humans cannot be bullied, cannot be threatened with extinction, because we will fight back with everything we have, even if it means becoming monsters. Hannah asked quietly. Tay thought of his wife and children, thought of them burning at New Hope, thought of all the families that would have burned if the council had refused. We were always monsters, he said. Every species is, when pushed far enough. We just showed the galaxy our teeth before they could destroy us. Now they will think twice before they bite. Months later, the human ships finally stood down. The targeting systems went offline. The crews returned home as heroes. Or villains. Humanity could not quite decide which. The galaxy changed. Other young species saw what humanity had done. Some were inspired. Others were horrified. The council became more cautious, more willing to negotiate. And in the archives of the council, in the deepest records, one entry was made. A warning for future generations. Humanity. Dangerous not for their strength, but for their absolute refusal to accept extinction. Approach with caution. Provoke with care, for they have shown they will burn worlds rather than submit. On Earth, children learned the story. They learned about Ambassador Tay and his one-word message. They learned about the time humanity stood on the edge of galactic war and refused to blink. They learned that sometimes survival means becoming what others fear. And that fear, used wisely, can be more powerful than any weapon. Tay lived another 40 years. He served on the council for all of them. He never forgot the moment he said no to Vril. Never forgot the weight of the button in his pocket. Never forgot that he had been ready to kill billions. On his deathbed, a young reporter asked him if he had any regrets. Tay smiled. Only one, he said. I regret that it was necessary, but I do not regret doing it. Humanity survived. And in this galaxy, survival is the only victory that matters. He peacefully, surrounded by family. His grandchildren, great-grandchildren, all alive, because he had been willing to do the unthinkable. The galaxy remembered. They always would. The day the humans said one word that changed everything. No.